finally made it here at to Nordhouse Dunes. It's 8:30. It's our first real trip of the year, so just happy to finally be on the trail. It's a short hike for us. It's quite breezy, so hopefully the bugs will stay at bay. And that's it. We'll check in on the trail. See you.
See ya.
Just made it out to the lake. Looks like it's that's 9:20. We gotta get after finding a site and get set up here pretty quick. Little tour around camp. Got here pretty late last night. I mean, probably 9:30, quarter to 10 before we even found this place. And set up down there in the hollow. And it's working out pretty good for us so far. Got the hammock set up, and got a little kitchen area over there. Coons were out in force last night bugging us. We had our food well hung, but I might have still had some toothpaste or something with me, and they were just giving us hell. But still, love me some Nordhouse Dunes. While I'm at it, I'd highly recommend these A-Light butterfly chairs. They are light, pretty damn light, and really comfortable. I know you sort of have to balance yourself on them, but not a problem for us. We enjoy them. Certainly beats sitting on a log. There's Miss Liz.
With my camp hair.
Oh, I can't even see you from here. Get a shot around camp. This is my new tarp I just made. It's a DIY, the Scott Littlefield underquilt on that, the Insultex underquilt, and a DIY hammock, war bonnet bug net. This is old Go Light, I don't know, cave or something like that tarp, and her rig is a DIY hammock, sort of Just Jeff style, I think. Same with mine, and then that's a new, well, as new as design as Insultex can be. Underquilt I just finished for this trip, and we both have down sleeping bags, Western Mountaineering something or other 20-degree bags. Way too warm last night. Another piece of gear that's been working surprisingly well is the Keyhole line tensioners. We've been just base camping, and it's Monday afternoon. I set up here Friday night, and just have a simple half hitch holding all these wraps together, and it's been rock solid ever since. So that has been working out pretty nice. The old baby jar candle lantern in action, and surprisingly enough, the one I made with the glow-in-the-dark beads, the beads were actually able to glow in the dark after we blew out the candle. So I mean, you're not going to read by it or anything, but it was kind of cool. It's a nice touch. They're nice to just sort of light up camp a little bit and give you something to steer towards when you're You know, you leave them hanging on your tarp and then wander off, and when you're heading back, you got the little beacon. It's kind of nice. This is sort of the ridgeline trail coming up out of the Manistee or Michigan Recreation Area or something, which is on the north end of Nordhouse Dunes. And this trail takes you back into the Nordhouse Dunes area, and we just walked the beach all the way in, and we're going to walk the ridge trail all the way back. So now we must be leaving the state park area, the rec area, and entering Nordhouse Dunes. So, and we're not going to be taking the Arrowhead Trail, which is here. We are going to be taking this trail, which goes back to our camp. And here we are at the kitchen. I just finally made, this morning I was struggling with some sort of pot hook thing, and finally took some time to get this right. Today's kitchen is brought to you by Target. That's a Outback oven pan, and I've got the heat diffuser underneath it, and then we're just gonna sit it in the coals there and have the twiggy fire on top and hope for the best. We'll show you what we end up with at the end. Hopefully not a burned up mess. This 1 minute. Boy, that's looking good. Cheese oozing out the side of it. I think we'll call it done. Got this little thing from a guy at work. He just showed up one day and gave it to me, and it's really the cat's pajamas when it comes to blowing the fire back into life. I just, you know, you don't have to get your face in there, and it real, like if I was trying to blow this into flame, you know, underneath there or something, it's like a blast furnace. It's really a nice piece of kit. So I want to thank my buddy Tom for hooking me up with this thing. We made coffee cake this morning out of from the recipe out of the professor's log cabin mix book that he emailed me a PDF of it just because I asked for it, and it's the base that we used to make pizza out of the other night, and then this morning we used the same base mix. We added some brown sugar and cinnamon and such to it, and so I mean it's really tasty. One thing we did change to the mix in general is we used 100% whole wheat instead of white flour, but other than that,
And we added vanilla.
yeah, we threw a little vanilla in this morning too. A little early to tell if it's going to be good or not, but it sure looks good, and we're ready to tear into it. But again, big thanks to the professor for hooking us up with the recipe. starting maybe day before yesterday, you might see one or two of these little fish floating up on shore, and then maybe just sort of half swimming like they're about to die out in the water. And then the next day you see a bunch more up on shore, and the next day some more, and today there are just thousands of them out there, and it's really, well, it's a mystery to me. I can't explain what's going on. I'll have to look into it a little more when I get home, but it's really grim. You don't want to really go swimming. It's tough to get water because you're having to filter out a giant fish. Very strange, but I don't know, I've seen a couple of herons around here that don't seem to mind it, but it's not too cool for us campers.
So I looked into the little fishy thing. Turns out they're called alewives, which are invasive to the Great Lakes, and they die off after they spawn, and or big temperature changes seem to cause them to die off in massive numbers as well. They are the reason the Great Lakes had the Atlantic salmon introduced, is to help control the alewife population. So that's the story as I know it on the alewives.
Well, it's Tuesday morning, July the 5th, and we're getting ready to leave our Nordhouse Dunes base camp, and it's looking better than it did when we got here. We burned up a lot of the half-burned logs that were there and took all kinds of tin cans and trash and wrappers and all kinds of stuff left behind. So, looking good. I left a pile of wood here standing for the next guy, so they should be happy to come across that. And it's been 4 days of beautiful weather. Couldn't ask for better weather, so it's been a great trip. Heading back to the car, should be half hour, 40-minute walk, and then we'll be heading on home. Should be home by maybe 1 or 2 this afternoon, and back to real life.